Hello students. Now as you see, today we will start a new chapter, linear equation in two variables. Now in your previous class you have studied about the linear equation in one variable, isn't it? So this is the example of linear equation in one variable. Now why it is linear equation? Equation because there is an equals to sign, isn't it? And why it is a linear? Because as you see in this equation, you see that only one variable is used, and what is the highest power of this variable? It is 1, and because of this it is called linear. So linear equation in one variable, and one variable means in this equation we have used only one variable. So this is what you have studied in your previous class. Now in this class you are going to study the linear equation in two variables. So what is the general format of this linear equation in two variables? It will look like this. So that is ax plus by plus c is equals to 0. Fine. So this is the general form of linear equation in two variable. Fine. Now let us try to understand why this is called a linear equation in two variable. Now why it is an equation? Because we have an equals to sign here. Why it is two variable? Because we have used two variables, that is x and y are the two variables. And why it is linear? Because both the variables are having 1 as a maximum power. Fine. So that is why we are defining this particular equation as a linear equation in two variable. Now x and y, these are the variables. And what is the highest degree of the variables? The highest degree is what? 1. Okay, and that is the reason it is called as a linear. Why this is called a two variable? Because we have used two variables. And what are ABC then? ABC, these are the real numbers, students. These are the real numbers. Fine. And especially this C is called constant term. And why this is a constant term? Because as you see, this C is not carrying any variable. Okay, so we can say this C as a constant term. Fine. So this is all about a linear equation in two variables. Fine. Now let us proceed to exercise number 4.1. Okay, very easy chapter, students. Now exercise 4.1. Now let us see what is there in question number 1. Now there is a problem sum given. The cost of a notebook is twice the cost of a pen. So this is the first statement given. What is the statement? Cost, just a minute. Cost of a notebook is twice the cost of a pen, isn't it? Now with this statement we will try to frame an equation. Fine. So let me give you some idea. Now in the question they have also given write a linear equation in two variables to represent this statement. That means we have to represent this particular statement in the form of a linear equation in two variables. And they have also given one hint, that is the cost of a notebook you have to take it as rupees X, and the cost of a pen you have to take it as rupees Y. Okay. Now so let the cost of a notebook be rupees X, and let the cost of a pen be rupees is y. Fine. Now we'll try to make this, we'll try to convert this statement in the form of linear equation in two variables. Now see, the cost of a notebook, fine, we'll divide this into three sections. Now you see, cost of a notebook, this is the first section. Now is the another section, twice the cost of a pen. Fine. Now see, the cost of a notebook, what is the cost of a notebook? That is x. So in place of a cost of a notebook, we'll write it in this way. According to the question, cost of notebook, now in place of is, we will write equals to sign. Fine. Twice the cost of a thing. What is the meaning of twice? Twice means 2 into. What is the meaning of thrice? 3 into. What is the meaning of 4 times? That is 4 into. Okay. So twice means 2 into the cost of a pen. 2 into the cost of a pen. Okay. Now in place of a cost of a notebook, what is the cost of a notebook? Rupees x. So we'll write it x here equals to 2 into what is the cost of a pen? The cost of a pen is y. So we'll write y here. So x is equals to 2 into y would be 2y. Now we'll transpose this value towards the left hand side. So it will look like x minus 2y equals to 0. So this is the required linear equation in two variables of this statement. Fine. So this is the solution of question number 1. I hope everyone has understood this. Now let's move on to question number 2. It is also very easy, students. Now see, in question number 2, what do you have to do? In question number 2, you have to express the linear equation in the form of, okay, so the first thing that you have to do is, you have to express all the linear equation which is given in the question in the form of ax plus by plus c is equals to 0. So this is a general formula of linear equation in two variable. And what is the second thing you have to do? You have to also say what is the value of a, what is the value of b, and what is the value of c. So these are the two things that you have to do with each and every question of question number 2. Fine. So let us see what is there in sum number 1 of question number 2. So in sum number 1 we have 2x plus 3y equals to 9.35, and above 5 we have a bar sign. Now we have to express this linear equation in two variables in the form of this. So here, as you see, there is a 0 on the right hand side. So in this case, what we have to do? We have to bring this 9.35 towards the left hand side. So it will look like 2x plus 3y, it is holding a plus sign. So when it will change the side, it will become minus. So 9.35 above. Fine. So now it is in the form of ax plus by plus c. Now you have to say what is the value of a. Now if you compare it with this one, ax plus by plus c, so with x it is always a, with y it is always b, and the number which is having no variables with it, it will be considered as a constant term. So now with x what we have 2, so a is 2, what is y? Y is 3, and what is a constant term? That is c is what? Minus, which along with sign also you have to write minus 9.35, above 5 you have to put 1 bar. So this is the solution of the first sum, students. Okay, now let's move on to the second sum. Now we have x minus y 5 minus 10 is equals to 0. Right? Now we'll try to convert this particular equation in the form of ax plus by plus c equals to 0. But as you see, this middle term is carrying a denominator. So what is the denominator of x? It is 1. And what is the denominator of 10? It is also 1. So we'll try to come up with the LCM. Okay. So the LCM of 1, 5 and 1 is 5 only. Okay. Now when you divide this 5 with 1, we get the answer as 5. So 5 into x will be 5x. If you divide 5 by 5, you get the answer as 1. 1 into y is y. Again you divide 5 with this one, you get the answer as 5, and 5 tens are 50. Now you have to transpose this 5 towards right hand side. So 5 into 0 will become what? 0, isn't it? So it will look like 5x minus y minus 50 is equals to 0. So we have converted this particular equation in the form of ax plus b plus by plus c equals to 0. Now you have to just compare it, and you have to say what is the value of a. So what is the value of a? 5. What is the value of b? So we know that b is always with y, so we do not see any number with y, but there is a number, that is 1. Okay, so the value of b would be minus 1. And what is the value of c? C would be minus 50. I'm quite sure that all of you have understood these two sums. Very, very easy. Now let's move on to fourth sum. Okay, 3, I believe everyone can do it by yourself. Try. Now what is 4x is equals to 3y. Fine. Now we have to convert it into the form of ax plus by plus c equals to 0. Now for this we have to bring this term towards left hand side. So it will look like x minus 3y equals to 0. Fine. So this time we do not have any c in this particular equation, isn't it? So now what is the value of a? Value of a is 1. What is the value of b? Value of b would be minus 3, and as because there is no c, so we'll write c as 0. Okay, very easy. Now let's move on to sum number 6, students. Sum number 6. So what we have in sum number 6? 3x plus 2 is equals to 0. So it is already in the form of ax plus by plus c equals to 0. So now let's see what is the value of a here. A is 3. Now what is the value of b? Now you see there is no y variable. There is no y variable, so b value would become 0. And what is the constant term here? Constant term is 2. So this is the final solution of sum number 6 of question number 2. Now let's do the last sum of today's session, that is sum number 8 of question number 2. We have 5 equals to 2x. Now we have to bring this 2x towards this side. So it will look like minus 2x plus 5 is equals to 0. Fine, the first part is over. Now the second part is, you have to say what is the value of a. Value of a this time is minus 2. Now again you see there is no y variable is there in the equation, so b would be equals to 0. And what would be the value of c? C would be 5. I am quite sure that you have all understood the first exercise. Now that's all for today's session. So in my next videos we'll discuss on the second exercise of linear equation in two variables. Fine. So that's it. Take care and God bless you all.